Check, it's time to bring you the morning news right here on your nation station, DBS Radio.
It's always a better choice. My one and only station.
DBS Radio.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: a new call in Dominica for police officers to maintain a high level of integrity. The Antigua-based Liat Air to expand services to Santo Domingo in December. And Republican governors in several U.S. states place National Guard troops on standby. And in sports this morning, we are following the one-day international between the West Indies and Bangladesh. Bangladesh, they are batting first, 180 for 6 after 47.2 overs. We'll bring you details as the morning news unfolds.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go!
Turn your TV on. Listen to DBS on Digital TV Channel 50 and Flow TV Channel 951.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. My name is Curtis Matthew. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has called for police officers to maintain a high level of integrity. His call came as he handed over 6 new vehicles to the police at a ceremony at police headquarters on Friday.
It's important that every police officer maintain high level of integrity, that you do not compromise yourself. Having a gun doesn't mean that you're safe. And if you compromise the security of the state, you're compromising your own security and that of your family. And therefore, it's important that we maintain high level of standards and integrity and ensure that we do not find ourselves on the wrong side of the law or ourselves perpetrating illegal activities. When you're out, your comrades ought to be very comfortable that each of you have each other's back, that you are on the side of the law and that you're here to serve and to protect. So that's very, very important and so forth.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. He says the 6 new vehicles for the police will improve services of the police in the communities.
Of course, this is part of our continued efforts to ensure that the police has the resources that it needs to carry out its mandate in law. And of course, access to transportation is key in this. Policing 20, 25 years ago and now it's completely different. You have more communities to cover. People are building homes everywhere in Dominica. And then the coverage now is way more vast now than it was 20 years ago. And people expect the police to show up at all material times. These vehicles came through one of our economic citizens as a donation to the police based on my request. And I think we're in a position to get additional support from them. Of course, once the police advise on what specifically they will require, that will be made available. But I'm happy to be part of the process and part of the handing over ceremony. And I recognize that they've all been assigned, and they will drive out to the respective police stations and the units this morning for immediate use of the police and at the disposal of the people of the country. My only caution that there are laws of the country and there are statutory rules. There's the Finance Administration Act. There's the financial regulations. Every person who is entrusted with state resources must be familiar with the contents of the Finance Administration Act and the statutory rules, financial statutory rules.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit as he handed over 6 new vehicles to the police on Friday. Well, Acting Police Chief Lincoln Corbett is reporting Dominica's largest drug bust ever. He says, as part of the police and RSS Operation Clean Street, cocaine with a street value of over $46 million was seized this week.
Now, as I said, the operation also had a C component to it, and that's why I said I have the utmost respect for the officer, Maxime. We seized, I think, that might be the biggest haul ever in Dominica. We seized that, and that must be the biggest haul ever happening in Dominica. I remember in 1991, 92, thereabout, we had a seizure, about 3,000 pounds of cocaine. We've dropped that. So we seized 1,732 kilos of cocaine with a street value estimated of $46,764,000. $46,764,000. The largest haul I said ever in Dominica. And again, the hard work, I'll say it, hard work of the ACP and his men, all part of Operation Clean Street. That is $46 million that's not in the hands of criminals to cause damage and danger to our citizens. Cocaine is a very dangerous substance. And I'm very happy, I'm extremely pleased that we were able to get this thing off the streets of Dominica. You may say it's not intended for here only. Regardless, we have family everywhere. But I'm very, very happy. I can't say it enough. I'm extremely happy that we were able to seize that amount of cocaine. We also seized approximately 47.7 kilos of marijuana, cannabis, in the operation.
And that's the acting police chief, Lincoln Corbett. Corbett says Operation Clean Street, implemented with the RSS on September 29 to rid the streets of illegal firearms, has been a success story so far.
So I report so far that the operation have executed 73 search warrants. We've done in excess of 50 VCPs, that is vehicle checkpoints. Again, it can be inconvenience to you, but there are certain things that we must do. To get the gun, you must search for it. We must search for it. We've done several land and sea patrols island-wide. To date, we've arrested 19 males and 5 females in this operation, and they've been charged for various offenses. During the exercise, we've seized in excess of $10,000 US, $800 billion, 400 euros, and 38,000 plus EC dollars. Let me just say plus, 38,507 EC dollars. We seized or recovered 2 shotguns, 1 submachine gun, 1 9mm Taurus pistol, 7 air rifles, 2 imitation Glock pistols, 1 imitation rifle. Ammunition, 116 12-gauge rounds of ammunition, 6 9mm rounds of ammunition, 14.36 caliber ammunition, 14.22 caliber ammunition, 1 14-gauge ammunition.
And that's the acting police chief, Lincoln Corbett. He also announced that an individual handed over 9 firearms to a police officer.
And I'm pleased to report, very pleased to report, some citizen of Dominica, without their own name, handed over to Sergeant Yankee. I must call his name. Sergeant Yankee. 9 firearms, including rifles and pistols and revolvers. 9. One time. And 260 rounds of ammunition. So 9 firearms and 260 rounds of ammunition was handed over to Sergeant Yankee. He works in St. Joseph. I'm extremely proud of that officer. Very proud. And the diligence, if you know the gentleman well, he's very meticulous, very professional. He complains little. But when he does, he makes sure you hear him. But I'm very pleased that that you're able to surrender to him.
And that's the acting police chief, Lincoln Corbett. The cultural elder of Newtown will be sashed Sunday during Heritage Day at Newtown. Parliamentary representative for Roseau South, Shakira Lockett-Hippolyte, says Heritage Day will begin with a church service.
On Sunday, October 19, 2025, the Great Harlem community will come together to celebrate the National Heritage Day. This is such a momentous occasion which will showcase the rich culture and heritage and history of the Newtown community. The celebrations will begin officially at the Fatima Church in Newtown, starting with a special service at 10 a.m., followed by an exhibition at 12, and culminating in a grand cultural gala at the famous Newtown Savannah, showcasing the community's vibrant heritage. This year's Heritage Day promises to be an unforgettable experience, featuring traditional and contemporary music, local DJs, Calypsonians, Mr. Ridge, Quadrille, Lampo Cabwit, Bois Bois, Triple K International, Signal Band, chant and dance, etc., that highlight the community's resilience, creativity, and determination. The event will also serve as a tribute to the community's ancestors who fought for freedom and shaped the nation's history. Addresses will come from our dear Prime Minister, Minister of Culture, and yours truly. A highlight will be the sashing of our cultural elder from the Harlem community. So come join us in celebrating the rich heritage of Harlem community and Dominica's cultural identity. Be part of this experience of the vibrant music, dance, and art that make our community truly unique.
And that's the parliamentary representative for the Roseau South constituency, Shakira Lockett-Hippolyte. From the Calypso stage to the altar, That's the story of Val Youngbull Coffee. Mr. Coffee, who's been an entertainer over several years, is this morning committing to the service of God as he will be ordained a deacon in the Roman Catholic Church. He's among 3 who will be ordained deacons at the cathedral from 10 o'clock this morning. The others are School Principal Algernon de Gallery of Point Michel and Albert Irvin Watty of the Viecas area. Bishop of Roseau, His Lordship Kendrick Forbes, will preside over this morning's ceremony. The Antigua-based regional airline Liat Air says it will begin servicing the Santo Domingo route in December as part of its commitment to ensuring regional connectivity. In a statement, the airline, whose major shareholders are the Antigua and Barbuda government and Air Peace Caribbean Limited, said the flight to Santo Domingo will commence on December 12. It said that Santo Domingo, the capital and commercial heart of the Dominican Republic, offers a gateway for business travelers, government officials, and students. The Antigua-based regional airline said they were proud that this achievement has been reached. Finally, this morning, Republican governors in several U.S. states have placed National Guard troops on standby in preparation for nationwide protests to oppose Donald Trump and his policies. The organizers of the No Kings protests say that gatherings will take place at more than 200, in fact 2,500 locations around the U.S. Donald Trump allies have accused the protesters of being allied with the far-left Antifa movement, and the governors in Texas and Virginia have activated their state National Guard troops. However, it is unclear how visible the military presence will be. It is 16 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's news. Don't go away. The sports report comes up shortly.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
K1 Creole Festival is almost here. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm going to every event and the festival itself.
What? But how are you managing it all?
Easy, with my NBD credit card. Every swipe is a chance to win. NBD. Celebrate 25 years of the World Creole Music Festival. 25 years, 25 big wins. Use your NBD credit card or sign up this festival season
for a chance to win exciting prizes. Shop, swipe, win!
Don't have a card yet? Sign up today and join the celebration.
Call 767-255-2337 or email credit@nbd.pm to get started. Hurry! Promotion ends November 5th, 2025. Terms and conditions apply.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
K1 Creole Festival is almost here. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm going to every event and the festival itself.
What? But how are you managing it all?
Easy, with my NBD credit card. Every swipe is a chance to win. Sekosayo Cafe Kote NBD. Celebrate 25 years of the World Creole Music Festival. 25 years, 25 big wins. Use your NBD credit card or sign up this festival season
For a chance to win exciting prizes. Shop, swipe, win.
Don't have a card yet? Sign up today and join the celebration.
Call 767-255-2337 or email credit@nbd.pm to get started. Hurry, promotion ends November 5th, 2025. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with cricket news. We go straight off to the first one-day international between the West Indies and Bangladesh in Bangladesh. Well, Bangladesh, they've been all out for 207 in 44, in fact, it's in 49.4 overs. That's Bangladesh, 207 all out in 49.4 overs after they batted first. Didroy made 51, Ancon 46, Hossein 26, and Shanto 32. The bowling for the West Indies, Jaden Seals 3 for 48, Roston Chase 2 for 30, and Graves 2 for 32. The West Indies will need 208 to win the first one-day international against Bangladesh. Let's bring you some more sports this morning. The Portsmouth Secondary School dominated both the boys and girls division to walk away with the sports division Secondary School Independence Track and Field Championships Friday at the Benjamin Park. The Portsmouth Secondary School, defending boys champions, won easily, securing 314 points. The Dominica Grammar School boys, they were second with 217 points. While the Portsmouth Secondary School girls dethroned the Dominica Grammar School to win the girls' title. Portsmouth Secondary School got 260 points. The Dominica Grammar School placed second. Northeast Comprehensive, they were third in the boys and girls division. The Isaiah Thomas Secondary School fourth, and the Dominica State College in fifth position. Of course, the primary schools will have their action next week. A spot in the final of the DABA Premier League is on the line as the Happy 767 Sports Club Dominators will meet the BAA Sharks in the third and decisive Game 3 of their semi-final series tonight. The series leveled at a game apiece, with the Dominators taking Game 1 and with the Sharks bouncing back to take Game 2 comfortably. That game will get underway at 9 o'clock tonight, and of course at the Masak Indoor Facility. Let's bring you some basketball news now. The Dominica Amateur Basketball Association is set to launch its Women's League this weekend. The tournament is set to feature 3 teams. DABA Vice President Yannick Regis says the league will help with the advancement of women's basketball on the island. The tournament opens tonight.
We, the DABA, are looking forward to launching our Women's League 2025 with our new sponsor, Paxson Bank. We are very excited about partnering with the bank, the Paxson Bank, as we look to bring women's basketball back to the forefront. Last year, we had an introduction league where we had 4 teams, and we're going to continue this year with 4 teams, but with much more to the table, including more prizes, prize money, something we didn't have last year. And we're also going to have a national team. We're looking to push a national team and national representation on the women's level, the senior level. That's something that we put a lot of priority on, Gavin. We look forward to representing Dominica in a number of regional tournaments, FIBA-regulated tournaments, hopefully Windward Islands Senior Women's Tournament. And Gavin, we have a lot of talent in Dominica. We have a lot of women talented players, be it young and be it even the older level as well. And we definitely want to engage them in something that is more than just a sweat. We want to have them participate in a number of different tournaments, be it 3x3 as well as the senior 5-on-5 tournament. And this tournament is a way for us to highlight the ability of those girls and those women. And hopefully we can take this to the next level. Hopefully next year we can have even more teams participate in the league.
And that's the DABA Vice President, Yannick Regis. Some football news. The Dominica Football Association, DFA, will be staging tryouts for the National Football Academy this weekend. FIFA talent coach Kurt Hurd says the National Football Academy will target young boys and girls as the DFA looks to build a solid foundation for the future. The tryouts will be staged at the DFA Technical Center this morning.
The aim of the TDS National Academy here in Dominica is to offer a continued pathway for our players and coaches, as well as increasing national team competitiveness. By bringing the most high potential players at a young age that we can find on the island together, working in a best-v-best environment, offering a technical programme on an increased contact basis aligned with clubs, schools and academies, we are able to set a strong foundation for players to continue in our pathway through to U14 and U15. These are our competition age groups for national teams, representing at CFU and CONCACAF annually. In setting the technical foundation at a younger age, we are now able to set a focus on tactical, mental and physical development, as well as still maintaining that focus on technical ability. This then feeds into the annual U17 World Cup qualifiers, followed by senior team. We're hoping that by bringing these players in at a younger age, offering a continued programme of 4 to 5 years on an increased contact basis, we can support Dominican football in reaching its potential.
And that's the FIFA talent coach, Kurt Hurd. Defending DFA President's Cup champions, Central Cooperative Credit Union Dubla FC will be hoping to remain on course to retain their title and do the double. A semi-final action in that tournament gets underway this evening at the DFA Technical Center. Dubla, who are also reigning league champions, will battle their neighbors to the north, the Roosevelt Skerrit Bombers, as the two clubs renew their rivalry. That game will get underway at 7 o'clock tonight. The other semi-final on Sunday will feature two teams from the East. Valvoline, We United, will take on Sagicor Southeast at 6:30 on Sunday at the DFA Technical Center. Head coach of the East Central football team, Stanton Serafin, wants his squad to continue to put in the hard work as they prepare for a showdown with the runners-up of the DFA Division 1 League. East Central will need to win that playoff match with the runners-up of the Division 1 League if they are to remain in the Premier League for the next season. Serafin says the players understand the task at hand.
Yeah, well, it's a big game. The guys, they are motivated. I mean, you want to remain in the Premier League, that's what we want as a club. So definitely we are preparing well, and I'm very confident that in that game we are going to do extremely well and, set our status as a Premier team.
You won't know your opponents yet, but, in terms of the mindset, training, how it is, trying to instill in the guys that, hey, you have to show up for training if you want to remain in the Premier League.
Yeah, well, I mean, right now the first division teams, they are playing, so they're active, and that's something that's against us right now because we are not really playing football, every weekend. So, the guys, they have to remember that, they have to know that we have to come out and work hard. We have to keep on training, and just prepare ourselves for that match. I think if we go out in that match and play our style of football, brand of football, I think we are going to be okay.
And that's the head coach of the East Central football team, Stanton Serafin. A crucial weekend for teams looking to win the Julius Timothy Independence Domino League. League coordinator Delvin Esprit says this weekend's matches will have huge implications for some teams looking to lift the title.
Round 5 and 6 this weekend will be very crucial for some teams before next weekend break for the World Music Royal Festival in the Julius Timothy Island-wide Domino League, as teams will be looking to improve their chances of winning the championship. On Saturday at 6 p.m., Brigadier Stars will travel to Vegas to play Tassie Stars, the unbeaten Brutal Forces, will travel to Monwatchet to play West Coast Credit Union Jerry Adrian Valiants. Babdad from Grand Forks will be at home to the informed BS Stars from Ansdime. Non-players will travel to Thibault to play Roadblock. Focus will meet Warriors in Woodfordale. White City will meet NATO Full Effects in Rivière-Siric. Marcy Square will be in Paybush versus Roadside. And Badside from Mao will travel to Portsmouth to play Wake Up Stars in a must-win match for both teams. And on Sunday, Wake Up Stars travel to Ansdime to play BS Stars. Badside will be in Mao against Babdad. Focus travel to Granby to play Brittle Forces. White City play non-players in Grand Forks. Roadblock travel to Rivière-Siric to play NATO Full Effects. Roadside will be in Portsmouth against the Tarsi Stars. Brigade Stars will be at home versus Marcy Square. And the informed Warriors will meet West Coast Credit Union and Jerry Adrian Valiants in Marigot. Delvin Esprit reporting.
Thank you very much, Delvin Esprit, the coordinator of the Julius Timothy Independence Domino Contest. Finally, let's go back to some cricket news. A spot in the final of the Kalinago Premier League is on the line this weekend as that competition stages qualifier number 2 tomorrow. The defending champions, the Point-Rich Thunder Kings, led by the national player Micah Joseph, will take on the BA Grinders at Jolly Jones Park. The Thunder Kings, who will also have at their disposal the Windward Island Volcanoes player Gian Benjamin and national cricketer Kazimi Benjamin. They will face the BA Grinders team with the likes of Jason Paris, Jason Lamoth, Abishir Etienne and Darren Toussaint. That game will get underway at 1 o'clock Sunday. The winners will meet Lucati Bombers in the finals, and that finals after the independence celebration. It is 7:30 in Dominica and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. That's news and sports. Let's remind you, 9 o'clock this morning, connecting the dots. Ivona John Baptist Luge and Nigel Francis, they will bring on the contestants for the Miss Wobduet competition. Of course, the Miss Wobduet show planned for next week. You don't want to miss it. The competitors will appear live on DBS this morning on the Connecting the Dots program. You don't want to miss the program this morning. You want to know who are the competitors. They will be live on DBS radio this morning. And of course, Market Day with a Difference at Portsmouth. DBS is also on top of this one. All the activities, Heritage Day at Newtown tomorrow, DBS will be there from morning to nighttime as we bring you all the activities. Next week, we will be all over the place as we bring you activities for Independence 2025. That too is a look at news and sports. We'll bring you another major newscast at 1:15 on behalf of the news and sports departments. And our link person, Joseph Fadul, Curtis Matthew saying, good morning, don't go away. The insert of the package, the most impactful insert of the package, comes up next on DBS Radio.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
K1 Creole Festival is almost here. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm going to every event and the festival itself.
What? But how are you managing it all?
Easy, with my NBD credit card. Every swipe is a chance to win. Sekosayo Cafe Kote NBD. Celebrate 25 years of the World Creole Music Festival. 25 years, 25 big wins. Use your NBD credit card or sign up this festival season
for a chance to win exciting prizes. Shop, swipe, Win!
Don't have a card yet? Sign up today and join the celebration.
Call 767-255-2337 or email credit@nbd.pm to get started. Hurry! Promotion ends November 5th, 2025. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's now bring you this morning's edition of the Insert of the Package. This morning's edition of the Insert of the Package is brought to you compliments of our wonderful friends at A&A Low Price Center.
A&A Low Price Center in the village of Calabishi offers the best prices for the freshest products ever. One-stop convenient shopping at A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi. For your foods, your everyday needs, snacks, liquor, dry goods, and more. Just about everything located in the flat of Calabishi, directly in the center of the village. Come to A&A Low Price Center on the highway in Calabishi. A&A Low Price Center is family owned and operated. It is fully computerized, VAT compliant, load tow, credit card and top-up capabilities. Stop at A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi today or call 445-7655. Drop us an email at aanalowprice@gmail.com. A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Visit us today. Just walk in and be happy you did.